What I love about being a 5D mystic, Enlightenment functional adult, woo-woo, pseudoscience lady is that I use my brain with healthy self-worth. And I have a whole 3-year-old heart. So the first 3 years of our life, it's all implicit memory that is building. Then your brain starts to also build explicit memory. Now, I only have 10 minutes. I'm not going to do too much psych education, but I want to say spirituality. It's a cult for people who have actual low self-esteem, no healthy self-worth. So they actually like sentences like this. Friedrich Nietzsche. Man alone with himself, every superior human being will instinctively aspire after a secret citadel where he is set free from the crowd, the many, the majority. Let's be superior, shall we? So unhealthy self-worth means you need to feel superior, or you feel inferior. But even if you feel inferior, you're not going to notice that because it's your 0-1-year-old who is seeking to be seen so that your nervous system can be soothed so that you can feel secure, safe and secure to be yourself. So it's called attachment and sense of secure attachment from within you. Very straightforward when you have a whole 3-year-old heart. I raised my hand. I got held because, see, your past shaped you. Your implicit memory shapes you all the time. Every sensation you have in your body. But hey, again, let's go back to the sentence. I saw this dude who did do spirituality, and there's dudettes as well that have also done spirituality. The low self-esteem individuals who, in my book, they're hypocrites because, you know, the fact that you actually embarked on a journey to do it and now you're doing a 360 shows me not only that you had some nightmare shit go down and you didn't know how to handle whatever surfaced. Oh, that's right. Trauma memory. I forgot. Your body is full of it. Do you know any good psych educators? If you did, then you'd be, let me take myself and allow this religious self. Because when you're having nightmares from the ancient heritage of the cults, culty cults, traditional cults, they're all written in books. I mean, does anybody not know how to use their brain? Because see, I have a thing with my brain. It might not remember data, but it hears. I hear things. So I hear what I read. I know about mythological Greeks. I know about mythological Roman, all of it. People who are left-brainers, they like to say, no, that's separate. Really, they seem to say the same things. Did you know, I watched this one lovely documentary. It was on, fairy tales, yes. And it shows we have like 100 Cinderellas. You know what I recently shared with a good friend of mine? I'm like, why do they, because we were talking about how they're taking all of the old stories and they're changing them up to respect people who are not learning how to become healthy, self-worth people. So they need to recover from their unresolved trauma with the all bystanders. Let's point a finger and shame the history of how language was used. So that's the step forward of recovering of trauma. We have a lot of they're not ancient silverbacks. They're people who are still their 0-1-year-old. They're broken 3-year-old heart. In fact, it's like that. They don't have healthy self-worth. So if you're pointing a finger at them and if it's enough of you, they're going to start crying because they're just going to doubt everything they just did, which is what happened to the hypocrites that are talking about spirituality as a cult, or spirituality is bullshit, or spirituality new age is bullshit. All of them. When I got the lovely naysayer who said, pseudoscience lady, I was like, wow, he gave me a really good thing to do because I am pseudoscience lady. And when he said it's bullshit and self-help crap, I was like, wow, he doesn't even want to help himself. That's really sad. Who knows what happened to his life or to somebody who knows who fell for something because they have low self-esteem. So sad they didn't go to good therapy. Yeah, if they would have gotten to good therapists, they might have started to grow their emotional ego up and become an adult instead of staying a brokenhearted. But, you know, let's call it a devil and demon. That's right, yoga brings out the demon within every one of us. That's some other lady who apparently did do yoga. I didn't see any demon in her body, but she got some Christian person who's like, the devil is in you now. And she believed it. Okay, so SMART. Again, my brain is full of shit, but what it's not full of is stories. No, I love a story. I can tell so many of them. As I was telling my friend and I agreed, like, why don't they create new stories? They have a really bad lack of creativity. Yeah, that's really, and I have noticed the wheels on the bus go round and round. So when you're not conscious of your karma, which would be all of your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're repeating that plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So when you're not aware of yourself as a person, because everything that comes up is part of your story. Yeah, some of us are. So here's the deal. Thank you, Patrick Tiahan. A toxic family steals a child's dignity. Every person who does not know compassion and how to have fun in life and have healthy self-worth, I'm not going to say they had a toxic family, but they probably had a rupture. And we'll get to that one. Because ruptures that aren't repaired leave people with, oh, I'm so ashamed of myself. Then they go out and think that they can be better, and they get a group together, and then they point fingers. Some of us say, wow, keep pointing those fingers. We love identifying where we can come in and say, that one looks really interesting. Spirituality is a cult only if you have low self-esteem. You do not know how to use your integrated brain because left and right don't work together. You actually don't know how to handle your ego and how to have a conversation with people who have different opinions. And the word offended, really, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of ways I could go down that path, but I won't. A healthy family cultivates and protects it. Protects what? The childhood, the child's dignity. Okay, so here's a way to notice. Let's see. As Patrick states, if you wouldn't have your own children experience the exact childhood that you had, then it is okay to call it trauma. The people are healing and our adults are not whining to people and talking about enabling and doing the, I'm going to come out and tell you how to live your life now because I'm on a healing journey. They would be very respectful if they have a good therapist, because they would say, that's projection right now. You ain't here to go get all these bystanders to come and point a finger at what happened to you so you can feel strong. That's not emotional maturity yet. You still have low self-esteem. So sorry. So the people who went to spirituality with their low self-esteem and their shame, defectiveness, heartbroken 3-year-old and 1-year-old who have, by the way, also some codependent tendencies, alcohol, drugs, sex, I've seen it, hypervigilance, hyper everything. They're full on into spirituality. So the ones who did a 360, they just moved from one religious group, if you will, to another. And they can keep flip-flopping back and forth. It's a cult because they don't know how to lead themselves. Oh, yes, that's right. They also call people masters, and then they forget about having called them masters. And they say, no, but that's just a friend. Really, until last year, you were calling your group of spiritual folk masters and teachers and gurus. I'm like, pretty sure you said those very exact words because I remember. This is why I repeat words that are spoken to me. I don't make them up out of my butt, even though sometimes I do make up out of my butt, but not really, actually. We can't make up shit out of nowhere. You have to have read it somewhere because you're human and your brain. Oh, yes, I am. Did I say 5D mystic? So sometimes I will channel things that I'm like, where did that one come from? People are like, did you watch a movie? No, I didn't. But you know what? Let's just say I did because maybe I did. Who knows? Who cares? Do we care? No, 5D, we don't care about proving that we have a relationship with the sphere of energy, because that's a point. It ain't an entity that's going to come down and get you. And so, yes, a man alone with himself or a woman, it's not about being superior. Because see, Nietzsche wrote that as a teenager would, I'm superior. No, I'm just a human being who already knows I'm superior. So I'm going to look at you and I'm going to stay away from you if you're negative, because you're going to bring me a problem for every solution that I find. And that's going to be very boring, because a dreamer and a doer dreams and does. Here's what we dare to do. We dare to dream and follow our heart and our opportunities calling all the time. So now is the time to start? Sure. How about this one? Believe in yourself. This was one of my first lovely notes to myself as a teenager. Yeah, I didn't follow the crowd who went and did other stuff. Here, Pat Ogden. Ruptures are happening all the time. Often they happen in minuscule ways and they're just automatically repaired as we go along. But when they're big, that can be really disruptive for people who aren't proficient at repair. So they find a spirituality cult group to join and there you go. Or they get led by bad therapists on a journey of not healing, but follow me. And if they don't notice, it's because they actually are completely unaware of accepting, respecting, and loving themselves just as they are. And then not following a leader, but just being themselves. So believe in yourself to the depths of your being. Nourish the talents your spirit is freeing. Know in your heart when the going gets slow that your faith in yourself will continue to grow. Don't forfeit ambition when others may doubt. It's your life to live. You must live it throughout. Learn from your errors. Don't dwell in the past. Never withdraw from a world that is vast. Believe in yourself. Find the best that is you. Let your spirit prevail. Steer a course that is true. And that's what happens when you move into functional adult land and out of the adaptive child, emotionally immature, low self-esteem land. For people who don't have secure attachment, there's plenty of us who do. We teach self-worth healthy. Because we treat you like you treat us, and we'll be like direct communicators. You're a shit. No, I'm a shit. Oh, we're all a shit. Let's hug it out, because that's what healthy self-worth can do. Tune in and don't be sensitive, and do be compassionate. So remember, we're not all grown-ups.